Hi, everyone. I'm Pip from Seymour Digital Media. You're listening to Know How Marketing Lab podcast. This podcast brings together different experts in marketing from our Facebook group, Cyberpunk Geeks Marketing Mixer. Each week we get on here and we talk about something search marketing like Google Ads or SEO, social media marketing from Facebook to TikTok, or website marketing. If you're a marketer or aspiring marketer, a business owner or entrepreneur, this podcast is for you. We're going to share the best SEO, search, social, and website strategies. We share tips and hacks, Google Ads strategies, what's going on in the current market. Each week we discuss something exciting and awesome in marketing.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Google Ads versus SEO. Which one should you learn first? And so this is one that we kind of get a lot, especially with students who are trying to figure out, because we offer teaching people both. So we thought we'd run down what are the things to think about when we're trying to decide these things.
I would say they're both hard to learn.
Yeah. So if you got to invest your time, I think you got to figure out where you are. And so to me, that's where it comes in, where you're trying to look at your time versus how much money you have, because I think that'll really help with deciding it.
Well, also, if you're a marketer, where do you want to be in marketing first, right? Is it are we a business owner or a marketer making the decision? That's going to be a big one. Yes, time and money is probably essential, but if I'm a marketer, I have to decide what type am I interested in ads or am I interested in SEO, right?
Yeah. So definitely time and money, and it also as a part of interest, right? Are you willing to spend that time and money in those things because you think that you find them interesting, because you are going to need to have some sort of intrinsic value that you find in it that you want to keep pushing, because there's going to be a lot of days where it sucks and you want to give up and throw in the towel.
Right. But if I'm a business owner, if I want to show up right away, I'd do Google Ads first. I guess this is more about learning it. So as a business owner, I might not have the time to learn it.
Yeah.
But I'd probably go and set up a Google Ads campaign thinking I could, because I'm a small business owner and I need to do it all myself. And I'm probably smart enough to do it all myself.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And then you get led down the primrose path to a smart campaign, which will provide you with probably a
failure.
Yes. Zero results and a lot of money spent.
Sorry, we're talking about learning it. And let's just be in the position of being a marketer. Time or money.
Yeah. So it's definitely, the time or the money. So, if you've got more money than time, then ads are going to be a quick way to get a fast turnaround, fast result.
Well, if for learning them, if you have money, you buy a good course.
Yeah. Well,
if you have time, spend your time on YouTube. Right.
Yeah.
And I think, start off maybe learning both, because maybe you'll get pulled one way to the other. They both help each other. They are separate and distinct algorithms. So they're not the same, but you can learn different tactics from each one that will help you with the other.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can also test out things that your ad copy can later on help your SEO with your meta description writing and everything. And you get to test it more frequently with the ads, because you're just showing up for lots of different results. And so that way they do feed each other and are helpful to each other. I would say that the SEO is ultimately your long-term, where you should be focusing your efforts in the long run. Because
so is that where you're going to focus your efforts first on learning first? We do generally teach SEO and then Google Ads.
Yes. And then, so we generally teach them in tandem. So you're doing both at the same time.
Well, yeah, you could. It's search. So search marketing, if you're interested in search marketing, I don't know. I started out with Google Ads and then chose to learn SEO.
Yeah, that's true. And I'd say that it's definitely one you will find a lot of overlap between them in a lot of
some marketers would disagree.
Some would disagree, yeah. But I find that they're more similar than they are dissimilar.
Well, SEO doesn't work on an auction.
It does to some extent, because it is you got to...
But you're not paying cash dollar bills.
No, you're paying in time.
Yeah, unless you're paying an agency, and then you're paying...
in time
dollar
and money.
Bills.
Yeah. And so, that's definitely one to keep in mind. Also, one other thing is kind of going off of the SEO is going to be long-term viable. because inherently, like you just said, you're not paying for the clicks. Whereas with the ads, you are paying for the clicks, and the cost will go up over time. It's just a fact.
Well, I mean, it's about learning it. I think it's about what interests you first.
Well, yeah, that kind of circling back to where we kind of started with it.
But then some people would, if they're when they're comparing what they're gonna learn, they're gonna either pick social or search. I mean, isn't that what we did? So then does it get more granular? We have not stopped learning both.
Yeah.
I did learn Google Ads first, but then I learned SEO, and then so we switch.
Yeah, we were definitely in the category of like got pulled into doing both, and the only reason why I kind of focus on where the long-term goal is as well is because you need to know where you're going to end up and what are the consequences if you spend all this time and effort learning one path and then you find out, oh, this is incredibly expensive and I should have focused on SEO, that like before you spend all this effort learning.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not necessarily going to spend your own dollars unless you're taking a course, right?
No.
But you do want to test it, so you may either be spending it on your clients, your clients' money, right? And then would they know that you're learning it at the same time?
Probably not. I mean, but also the flip side of it is very few people are like going, I have learned everything about SEO and Google Ads. Either one of those, no one's saying I've mastered it.
That was one of the best lines I heard from a Google Ads rep. I've worked here 3 years and I'm still learning something new every day. And I'm not the best for sure, and that I could do way better. Maybe those people that just focus on Google Ads are the best because that's all they're focused on all the time, where we are focused on SEO and Google Ads. Yeah. But maybe they don't know what I know, though. Want to know more about SEO? We've got a class for that. Our mission is to educate students about the right tools, techniques, and strategies to grow their businesses using the most up-to-date search engine marketing optimization techniques and tools. Find out more at knowhowmarketinglab.com.
I think that also it takes a bit of humility to like realize that, oh, this is a thing that like is a full-time job. It's not a flippery that you're just going to join into and then in 6 months I'm going to be like the best ever at it. I think that's the big thing with us teaching, that people don't realize they're learning 2 full careers. Yeah, that people have been doing this. I mean, SEO has been around since before Google, and Google Ads was like 2004, 2005. Right. I started working at a Google Ads company in 2010. Yeah, exactly. And so that's 12 years later. Yeah. So it's very different now. Very different. Well, it's very different, but it's like a lot of the principles still remain the same. Like, we're going to do another podcast about the fundamentals of Google Ads. Yeah. And there's a couple components that still stay the same. Yeah. So, however, they are both ever changing. Like if you're a marketer, that you have to be paying attention to a platform. So you have to be interested in the content. And if you're doing Google Ads and then you hate going into Google Ads every day, or you get anxiety every day, that might happen for the first year or 2, but then it gets easier. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I guess, just kind of putting like a final thought on this, because we kind of covered all what we were going to cover with the notes. So I guess we had notes. Yeah, we had notes. Is that ultimately it's something you've got to pick it where you're interested in it. And spending some time, I guess, on YouTube to kind of get a feel for what people are learning, how they teach it, and do you like what it is that you're getting out of those education, because you're going to be spending a lot of time learning from a lot of people online. Yeah, and if you're really interested, like in YouTube, it's going to be a stop, follow the directions. Yeah. And there's a couple really good players out there that are great for learning Google Ads, which are Surfside, PPC. We love them. Yeah. And I like the PPC experts that Jason Rothman and the Paid Search podcast. Name dropping. Yeah. But they're good resources if you want to listen to more in depth about Google Ads for SEO. There's a lot. We'll get into that another day. Yeah, there's throw a rock and you can hit a really good rusty brick. Yeah. I will say though, right now, 2022, September, if you're looking for a Google Ads person, they're hard to find. Good ones. Yes. Good ones are hard to find. So Yeah, and also the other issue that you're going to run into is like learning it is you have to also recognize that there's no real certification to this. Like, yeah, you can pass your Google Ads.
But that says nothing. I did a test once. Remember when I logged into a website and they were like, become a Google Ads expert with us? And I failed.
yeah, that was like an exam. And it was a weirdly mathematical, that it was like, it didn't really make a lot of sense to me.
Yes. Well, it made a lot of sense to someone, and I didn't get to work there. But that's when I didn't burn the boats and didn't have our own agency.
That's fair. That's fair. So I think, yeah,
in conclusion,
final thoughts. It's going to be that, yeah, you follow what you like, and
if you hate it, do the other thing. You might hate it sometimes. And we gotta go.
All right. Bye for now.
The conversation never stops in our Facebook group, Cyberpunk Geeks. Join us at facebook.com/groups/cyberpunk geeks to ask your questions, meet new friends, and learn even more about search, social, and websites.